Yeah, yeah. Man, what's good, my people? Holla at me. You already know what it is, man. Welcome to Box Center. JSmiff in the flesh. Man, let's talk boxing. Put this goddamn volume back. This goddamn volume down. Yo, why do people hate on Terrence Crawford so much? Explain that to me. I need to know. I need to understand. There's people saying, oh, he shouldn't fight Fundora. Oh, he shouldn't fight Canelo. Oh, he struggled versus Madrimov. Like, why do people continue to focus on hating on that man? Why? I don't get it. I really don't get it. Terrence Bud Crawford is a great fighter. He's an exciting fighter to watch. You know, he brings it for every fight. You know, he gonna let them hands fly. You know, you're gonna enjoy that fight. Why would you hate on somebody like that? Think about that. Why hate on Terrence Crawford when he's the type of fighter that when he fights, you know you're gonna watch him. When Bud Crawford fights, you know you're gonna watch him. And you know you're gonna enjoy it. You know he's gonna let his hands go. So come on now. We gotta get to a point, man, where we actually start giving Terrence Bud Crawford his flowers, B. Like, there's so many people focus on hating on him. Like, everything he does, there's an angle to hate on him. You know. He beat Porter. Oh, nah, Porter's washed. Porter's a year younger than him. He beat Errol Spence. Oh, nah, the car accident. Beat Madrimov. Oh, nah, but he struggled against him. So it's like no matter what Terrence Crawford accomplishes, there's always going to be people hating and avoiding all of his accomplishments and what he's actually doing out there. What's good, my guy? Johnny Sins. But check it, my peoples. Yo, please, man, don't be cheap with that like button, man. Y'all don't gotta be cheap. You can hit that like button. Boop. It's not gonna charge your credit card, nothing like that, you know. I'm just saying. But check it though, man. The hate on Terrence Crawford, honestly, is ridiculous. Like, there's people who only have negative things to say about the guy. Like, how do you become a 4th division champion or 2-time undisputed champion? You're undefeated reigning champion, and you got so many people hating on you that only have negative things to say. All people do is discredit Crawford's opponents. That's crazy to me. So for real, my peoples, listen. My opinion right now, Terrence Crawford is the #1 pound for pound fighter in the world. Period, point blank. And you can't watch a fight of his, because this is the thing. The same people that discredit Terrence Crawford watch his every fight. How do you discredit somebody, but you always watch their fights and you enjoy them? So if you watch Terrence Crawford and you enjoy his fights, why would you always be hating on him? Why are you always trying to discredit his accomplishments? Like his win versus Madrimov, the guy made history. Look around. How many 4th division champions do you see in boxing right this very moment? How many? So he becomes a 4th division champion, and there's people who the entire narrative is, oh, he struggled at 154. Oh, he can't move up anymore. Or like, everything they say is like a hate narrative, a negative angle on Terrence Crawford, when the guy is right now already one of the most accomplished active boxers. Period, point blank. So, you have to take that into consideration. Terrence Crawford is a guy who, first off, this is special. He literally stopped every opponent that he faced in the welterweight division. Every single one. It took for him to move up to 154, making his debut, for him to not stop the opponent. So we have to consider it, yo. Terrence Crawford stopped every single opponent he faced in the welterweight division. And the funny thing about that is that, he did not face nobody in that division that you could say, yeah, he's no good. Look at the names that he faced in the division. Beat all of them via stoppage. Oh shit, Louisiana in the building. What's good, my guy? Mr. Lazard, Darian Lazard, appreciate you hopping on from Louisiana. Yeah. So check it, man. Nah, I'm just talking about Terrence Buck Crawford and how he gets all this hate. You know what I'm saying? When the guy just keeps accomplishing, keeps winning, and people, the more he wins, the more hate he gets. So it's at a point where I already realize, no matter what he does, no matter who he beats, he's gonna have the haters. He's gonna have those haters. Who is you? What you mean, who is you? I'm JSmiff. I'm the guy that's on your screen right now talking boxing. That's why I am. About Francis? Are you talking about Francis Ngannou? Because if you're talking about Francis Ngannou, I could tell you, as a boxer, he put on a show versus Tyson Fury. But Tyson Fury, I believe, is on the decline. I don't think Francis Ngannou can do a lot in the heavyweight division. I believe the top heavyweights will take care of him. So, yeah, man, I'm trying to tell you, listen, right now, people are on denial about Terrence Crawford being able to move up to fight Canelo Alvarez in the 168 division. Everybody's on denial, right? But I'm noticing it's the same people who said Errol Spence was too big. The same people who said Errol Spence was going to knock Crawford out. That's the same crowd saying, oh, nah, he's too little for Canelo. So listen, Mr. Lazard. Saying that Canelo's winning, I respect that opinion. You know why? Because Canelo is supposed to be the favorite. We talking about the face of boxing. Canelo Alvarez is the face of boxing for a reason, right? He has the Hall of Fame resume. So I don't knock you for having that opinion. My peoples, like I said, do not be cheap with that like button, man. Hit that like button, my peoples. Giving y'all the real deal, Holyfield. But yeah, I agree with you, my brother. Canelo Alvarez, he's a great fighter. And he's going to be the favorite for that fight. So if you expect him to win, I'm cool with that. But a lot of people expected Errol to wash Crawford, to knock Crawford out. And look at how that played out. Let me give you another one. A lot of people expected, and this is recently, a lot of people expected Pitbull to knock Rayo Valenzuela out. And look how that played out. Who won that fight? The boxer or the puncher? The boxer. The boxer won that fight. There's endless examples of fighters who get in that situation where they're the power puncher, they're the favorite, but they get beat by a boxer. They get outboxed. It goes the distance and they lose on points. That happens all the time. Okay, you're making an example of one fighter. You're saying, see what happened to Charlo. Nah. Listen. Let me put you on, my boy. Manny Pacquiao moved from the 135 division to fight Oscar De La Hoya at the welterweight division. He moved up 2 divisions and beat the crap out of Oscar. So when you make that example, that's irrelevant. What happened to Charlo when he moved up 2 divisions is irrelevant. That don't mean nothing. Because then I could tell you, okay, so because Pacquiao jumped up 2 divisions to fight De La Hoya and beat him, that means that I guess Bud's gonna do the same. So that doesn't mean nothing, yo. Bringing up the outcome of another fight is irrelevant. Oh shit. Yo, Shemshan from the UK, yo, appreciate you hopping on, my boy. Yo, I don't know what's happening, but lately when I go live, I've been having people from the UK coming on, rocking with me for a bit. So I appreciate you, my peoples. You already know what it is, man. Box Center, your favorite boxers, favorite boxing show. I promise you that. Check out these videos. You know, I don't just go live. I post a lot of videos. Check those out and find out why we dropping that serious boxing content over here, my boy. Appreciate you hopping on. Who can beat Tank? Shakur Stevenson. Charlo over Bud. I mean, we got to see that fight. We got to see it. Just remember, Charlo, he didn't just lose to Canelo Alvarez. He had already lost before that. That's his second loss. So he been beat twice. And if you remember, Terrence Bud Crawford and Charlo went back and forth. And Charlo was like, nah, you got problems at 147. Go ahead and do Spence at 147. I'm the champion at 154. Well, the tables have turned. Now Terrence Bud Crawford is the champion at 154. And Mel Charlo is coming off a loss, coming off of inactivity. Man, listen, Charlo gets washed if he fight Bud. Washed. Yo, listen. When it comes to Golovkin, to be honest, I think he's done. You know, he didn't really look good in his last fight. And, yo, he's already, I think, 41, 42? I don't want to see him take damage. You know, I don't want to see Triple G go out on a bad beating or get slept nasty. You know, he's a guy that, you know, he's never been knocked out. You know, he's never been, you know, handled like that. But I think he's past his time, and I don't believe that he should. I think he should retire, to be honest. That's my perception. Tank will knock his ass out. All right. That's your opinion. That's your opinion. However, Tank didn't knock Pitbull out. Pitbull got a better defense than Shakur. Since when? Since when Pitbull got a better defense than Shakur? That's why, you see, you're saying, oh, Tank will knock him out. You say that with such confidence, right? How much boxing do you really know since you're so confident about it, right? You're basing yourself that Tank is the power puncher. Knock everybody out. He didn't knock Pitbull out. Shakur is the best defensive fighter in the game. Never been even wobbled in his entire career. And you're so confident to say Tank is just going to knock him out. Come on now. Come on. I mean, listen, Frank Martin was winning the early rounds, but that's my point when it comes to Tank versus Shakur. If you look at Tank's fights, yo, he gives up early rounds. He gave up early rounds to Ryan Garcia before he stopped him. He gave up early rounds to Mario Barrios before he stopped him. He gives up early rounds. So what happens when you give up early rounds? You get behind on the cards and you can't get the stoppage. That's the point. You see that people just base their opinion on, oh, he knocked everybody out. He knocked everybody out. Because you don't understand that styles make fights. Tank is not knocking everybody out. You don't understand that. You think he's just going to knock everybody out. There's people that Tank Davis is not going to knock out, my brother. There's people that he's going to have to outbox. If you think that Tank Davis is going to knock everybody out, you're being delusional. You just saw that versus Pitbull. He didn't knock him out. He had to box him. He had to win on the cards. Shakur's that type of fighter, you're going to have to beat on the cards, my boy. Remember that I told you that. You're going to have to beat him on the cards. You're not going to knock him out. Do I think Tank can beat current Floyd Mayweather? Come on, bro. Floyd Mayweather's in his 40s already. His mid-40s. Tank would sleep Floyd Mayweather if they fought today. Of course. You know, but Floyd Mayweather in his prime outboxes Tank. Floyd Mayweather in his prime outboxes Tank for 12 rounds. He don't stop him, but he outboxes him. Floyd winning that fight like 8-4, 9-3. That's serious. You know, if you didn't see Floyd Mayweather in his prime, just don't even comment on that. Oh my God, this dude said give Floyd 6 months, he watches him. That's the thing, man. Yeah, listen. You saying that Floyd watches him, I already know for a fact, and I don't have to ask you, I know for a fact, my boy, that you never boxed, never competed in your life. Your boxing knowledge, experience extends to watching videos on YouTube and watching videos on TV. I guarantee you that. I know that for a fact. You're making crazy predictions, crazy analogies. When the hell you seen a mid 40-something-year-old fighter come back and beat a young lion in his... Man, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry, my guy. You don't know what you're talking about, man. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, man, subscribe to Box Center so I can educate you. Because 40-something-year-old Floyd has no chance of coming back and watching Tank. No chance whatsoever. And let me put you on. Let me put you on, because I'm the plug, my boy. Let me put you on real quick. Devin Haney put the beats on Floyd Mayweather years ago. Multiple times put the beats on Floyd in the gym. That's when Floyd realized, yo, it's time to retire. It's time to start fucking with these exhibitions, because these young hungry lions, that's it. I can't do this no more like that. Floyd knows. So you talking all that Floyd will wash him. Like, dude, the last boxer that Floyd Mayweather fought, the last professional boxer that Floyd Mayweather fought was Andre Berto. And he didn't wash Andre Berto. And he gonna wash Tank Davis at 46 years old, 47 years old, man? You delusional. You're delusional. You never box a day in your life, man. I guarantee you that. And by the way, because I want y'all to know me, my peoples. I trash talk, but it's all love. You know, I don't want you to think, oh, this nigga hating on me. Nah. I'm a trash talker, but it's all love. That's what we do out here, my people. But for real, okay, he beat Berto 10-2, but that was Andre Berto 10 years ago, my brother. How you think he gonna be? Andre Berto was never even in the discussion for pound fighter. Andre Berto was never in the discussion for one of the best in the divisions. Tank Davis is a monster in his prime. Man, he would brutalize Floyd Mayweather if that was to happen today. Y'all crazy. He would brutalize Floyd Mayweather if they fought today. Are you crazy? Yo, Floyd Mayweather's 47 years old, man. What is you talking about, my people? Don't do that. Don't do that. Floyd Mayweather, 47 years old. He can't be fighting no Tank Davis, man. Come on now. Like I told y'all, though, if Floyd and Tank met both in their prime, Floyd smoking them. You know, Floyd is definitely smoking Tank Davis. if they fight in their prime. But come on, to say that, it doesn't matter if Tank fought champions or not. He's in his prime and he's one of the best. And Floyd Mayweather is a washed up fighter who's retired, who hasn't fought professionally in years. For you to say that he could beat Tank right away, I know, okay, this guy never boxed a day in his life. He don't understand what Father Time does. You don't understand what happened to boxers in their 40s. To say that Floyd Mayweather could fight Tank Davis, like, that's insane, bro. A draw or a split decision. You mean between who and who? Between Floyd Mayweather and Tank Davis? A draw or split decision? Because that's what you're saying. That's insane, bro. Tank Davis, today, I'm not saying if they're both in their prime, but today, Tank Davis will fold Floyd. Floyd wouldn't even play with that. Listen. I'm going to put it to you like this. Floyd Mayweather would make 10 times more money than he does in exhibitions if he was fighting for real. If Floyd Mayweather was to fight Tank Davis, he make over $100 million. There's a reason why there's no chance he would ever make that fight. Because he's not going to take 100 mils to get folded, to get slapped. So y'all got to stop putting Floyd in the ring, my peoples. Floyd been retired for years, 47 years old. Stop putting him in the ring, man. Stop it. Don't do that, man. No, Tank is definitely not an all-time great. Yeah, he don't have the resume to be an all-time great. I never said that. Tank don't have the resume to be an all-time great. But that doesn't mean that he can't beat the shit out of an all-time great who's in their mid-40s. Or you haven't seen, how long have you been watching boxing? You haven't seen all-time greats get beat up when they're in their 40s? Did you see what happened to Mike Tyson when he tried to make a comeback at 40? How they beat him up? Did you see Evander Holyfield when he tried to make a comeback in his 40s? How they beat him up? All-time greats got beat up trying to come back in their 40s. Floyd will be no different. If he try to come back at 47 years old, he will get brutally beat up. Stop that. So yeah, man, listen. All I'm saying is that was a question that you posted. All I'm saying, if Floyd Mayweather and Tank Davis fight in their prime, Floyd Mayweather's gonna beat him. And they're gonna beat him convincingly. It's gonna outbox him convincingly. It's gonna be, I'm telling you, 8-4, 9-3. Maybe Tank will win 3-4 rounds. That's about it. That's what I see. But again, my people, this is where we all started. Why do people hate so much on Terence Crawford? Why the hate? By the way, yo, Box Center, my peoples, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. And yo, don't be cheap with that like button, man. Hit that like button. Boom. Be like, yeah, this shit is fire. Boom. Hit that like button, my peoples. But again, man, why the hate on, when you look at Terence Buck Crawford, his career has been exceptional. Not just because he's undefeated, but because Terence Crawford has accomplished so much. Yo, Terence Crawford is so great that he'll have an entire fan base discrediting his opponents. That's how you know it's greatness. When you start discrediting a guy's opponents, that shows you how great he is. They do it with all the greats. With Floyd Mayweather, they discredit his opponents all the time. Now with Terence Crawford, they discredit his opponents. Everybody who reaches that level of greatness is going to be an entire fan base to discredit their opponent. No, this guy was washed. No, this guy this. No, this guy that. But ask him, who's your favorite fighter? Your favorite fighters, we can do that same thing on their resume. You can do that to everybody's resume. But you pick and choose who you want to hate on. And for whatever reason, Terrence Crawford is right now one of the most hated fighters. One of the most hated. I mean, okay, so check this out. Uncle Stewie, right? You're saying moving to 154, you're not so sure. Let me get with you on that, and I want you to give me your opinion on this take, right? If you watch that fight had absolutely nothing to do with weight. And what I mean by that is that Madrimov was not bullying him. Madrimov was not putting his weight on him. Madrimov was not clinching and leaning on him. That fight was strictly about skills. Madrimov was very good with his feints. He was very hard to time. But weight was not a factor. He never hurt Bud Crawford. Crawford never took a punch that you can say, whoa, look, he can't handle the division. He got hurt by that punch. That never happened. He ate Madrimov punches and took them normally. Good. Never wobbled or nothing like that. So 154 was normal for Terrence Crawford. What we have to understand is that, champions don't dominate every single fighter they face, my guy. Am I right or am I wrong? Floyd Mayweather didn't dominate Maidana. He didn't dominate Castillo in the first fights versus them two. He didn't dominate Oscar De La Hoya. That was a split decision win. Errol Spence didn't dominate Sean Porter. That was a split decision win. He didn't dominate different opponents that he fought. Every fighter you can name has opponents that they did not dominate, my peoples. So now Terrence Crawford doesn't dominate Madrimov, and it's like, oh, I don't know about him in 154, man. I don't know if he can handle it. I feel like he can handle it. He became a champion at 154, my peoples. Right now, he's a 154 division champion. So you're a champion in a division that you can't handle. Devin, the most hated. So I'm going to tell you what, man. Devin Haney, there's a reason. And Darrell Rivas was talking about this. But look at this, my peoples. And you're right. This is the new era of boxing, Uncle Stewie. But I want you to see this. Look at Devin Haney. You see how we hating on how like a lot of people hate on Crawford, who he beat and all that stuff. Look at Devin Haney. And by the way, if you look at the video, Devin Haney, at my videos, Devin Haney is one of my guys, one of my favorite fighters. But Devin Haney had the easiest road to undisputed in the history of boxing. Devin Haney beat the grand total of one reigning champion, and that was George Kambosos. Probably the weakest champion the division has seen in how many years? Kambosos will probably never even be champion again. You saw how Lomachenko manhandled him. Easy. Made easy work. So Devin Haney, to become undisputed, he only beat one reigning champion. Now, to his favor, it's not his fault. Because we got to remember that Lomachenko vacated the title and went to fight Teofimo Lopez. That's not Devin's fault. He could have fought Loma and beat him for that title, but it didn't play out like that. But the point is that Devin Haney became undisputed by beating one reigning champion. And guess what? We celebrated him. That's a huge accomplishment. Became undisputed champion. How old he was? Like 23 years old, I think. 22 or 23. I don't know when is the next time we're going to see another undisputed champion that young. So we have to celebrate that. So that's what people don't understand, that it's always this hate narrative about who this guy beat, who that guy beat. Yo, the history books record accomplishments. What did you accomplish? Look at the accomplishments. And exactly, yo. Regis Progress. So when you look at his performance versus Lomachenko and versus Regis Progress, you're like, yo, Devin Haney is that dude. But the problem with the new generation of boxing fans is that as soon as you take an L, you was exposed, you a bum, you a hype job, you ain't all that. And that's not even real. That's not true. Look at El Rayo Valenzuela when he lost. Completely discredited by a bunch of people. Oh, he's a hype job. He's not really that good. Go check out the videos. I told people El Rayo Valenzuela can outbox Pitbull. If it goes 12 rounds, he can beat Pitbull. Yo, people was laughing at me. People was telling me that I don't know shit about boxing because Pitbull's going to knock Rayo out. And it's going to be easy work for Pitbull. Now what? So I always tell people, when you feel so confident that the puncher is going to knock out the boxer, it doesn't always play out like that. Your confidence doesn't make it real, my peoples. You could feel sure, yeah, he's going to knock him out. He knock everybody out. But you already know nobody knocks everybody out. You know that already. We all know that. So just like people thought Pitbull was going to knock Rayo out for sure, and then Rayo put hands and feet on him, always remember that boxers beat punchers all the time. That's nothing new. You could go to the greatest fighters of the 60s, of the 70s, of the 80s, of the 90s, and you're going to see boxers beating punchers consistently. What happened when Sugar Ray Leonard fought Marvelous Marvin Hagler? What happened? Sugar Ray beat him. The boxer beat the puncher. What happened with Floyd Mayweather fought Pacquiao? The boxer beat the puncher. When he fought Canelo, the boxer beat the puncher. What happened when Bivol fought Canelo? The boxer beat the puncher. So that confidence, that's fake confidence. Where you're like, yeah, he gonna knock him out, he gonna knock him out. He hit so hard, he gonna knock him out. That's false confidence, my peoples. Boxers beat punchers all the time. And when I tell you this is at all levels. When you go watch some amateur boxing videos and see how boxers be putting hands and feet on punchers all the time. That's even from the amateurs that you can see that trend. So when you feel sure the puncher gonna knock out the great boxer, don't be so sure, because you're gonna be disappointed a lot. Haney, come on, why you say that about Dev, yo? Devin has done a lot in the sport of boxing. So tell me, Cornelius, why you think Devin, you know what I'm saying, Devin is a bitch? Why you feel that way? I mean, because we have to look at this. Devin Haney has one loss. That's it. Are we going to discredit all of his accomplishments? Are we going to discredit that he's the youngest undisputed champion ever? That he's beat multiple champions? Look what he did in Regis Prograis, in that Regis Prograis fight. Masterful performance. Probably one of the best performances we've seen this year. I'm tripping. Last year. Probably one of the best performances that we've seen. So come on now. Devin Haney, you know, has earned his spot as one of the best fighters in the world. He won't beat Tank. We got to see that fight. To be honest, you know, I want to see that fight. The way he fought Ryan Garcia, you know, he'll get slept by Tank. But I got to see it. I got to see it. You know, Nah, yo, he don't know that he can't beat Tank like you saying that because he's trying to fight Tank. He's called out Tank for the last few years and wanted to make that fight. He wanted to make that fight with Tank Davis. Tank's team is the ones that never wanted to make that fight. So, see, you have to understand also, Devin Haney, for whatever reason, I don't know why, I'm never going to understand it, but for whatever reason, he felt like he could stand there and trade with Ryan Garcia. And he paid dearly for that. Devin is not going to trade with Tank, my people. He going to be on that footwork all day long. Keeping Tank at a distance from the outside. He's not gonna trade with Tank, yo. You could take my word for it. So, of course Tank can trade with Garcia because Tank, yo, one thing that people don't give Tank credit for, yo, Tank got an iron chin. Tank took the hardest punches from most of the fighters that he fought, and he never even been stumbled. He never wobbled. Tank could take a brick to the face, probably. So, you see, that's the benefit of being Tank Davis. He can trade with everybody because he can take a shot. We never seen Tank hurt. Barrios landed big shots on him, and he didn't get hurt at all. So that's the problem. Tank Davis is the type of fighter that you cannot trade with him. Why? Because he's going to take your punches. He's going to eat those. Or you're going to be able to take his, though. And you're going to be able to eat that counter left uppercut when it comes through. So that's where it's at, man. Tank Davis, you know, I believe that's why I believe right now probably Shakur is the only one that could beat him. Because Shakur has the boxing skills and the ring IQ to be consistent for 12 rounds. Devin Haney wasn't able to keep it together versus Ryan Garcia. So can he do it versus Tank? I don't know, but I don't want to count him out. Because again, I know that he's not going to trade with Tank. He's going to box him. So maybe he can't outbox him. We got to see it. We got to see it. Yo, listen, I've been dying. When Lomachenko pulled out of negotiations and said he's not going to fight Tank, I thought we were going to get Tank versus Shakur next. I really thought like it could happen. But keep this in mind. They're still on pace to being able to fight next year. And I'm going to just tell you why. We already know that Tank told Shakur, yo, you're on that list. Don't worry about it. Now, Shakur's going to fight next. You know, the guy he agreed to fight. And Tank, it hasn't been announced, but I'm hearing that they're talking with Rayo so he can fight Rayo Valenzuela. So both Shakur and Tank are going to fight at around the same time. Which means if Shakur can negotiate a fight with Tank, they can fight early next year. Or Shakur can fight 2 fights with the zone, which is what he agreed to, this fight, and I think it's William Zepeda afterwards. Once he get past those 2, he will still be able to fight Tank Davis mid next year. So that's what I'm really hoping for, that we finally get that fight next year, so that they're both, you know, dead in their prime, both undefeated, both winning, and we finally, you know, settle this argument. Who's gonna win, Shakur and Tank? I finally get to tell ya, I told you so. That's gonna be the moment. Y'all don't know this because a lot of you probably, you know, didn't follow me on social media or maybe wasn't subscribed. But a lot of people laughed at me when I said Terrence Crawford was going to stop Errol Spence. And y'all see what happened. Y'all see how that played out. So Shakur Stevenson, Tank Davis is going to be a very similar story. I'm just trying to figure out what are going to be the excuses. What are going to be the excuses when Shakur beat Tank? I'm guessing y'all going to say Shakur was running, or Shakur was boring, or Tank got robbed, or I don't know what y'all going to say. But whatever y'all say, Shakur's going to walk out of there with that W. And then it's just going to be excuses after that. And YC Alex, my boy, appreciate you hopping on, man. Shakur's going to put you to sleep, or he's going to beat Tank Davis. So you're right about that, yo. Tank is full of excitement. But here's the deal. At the end of the day, excitement is not what wins fights. The judges don't score the fight based on how exciting you are. They score points. And they score 10-9 rounds, 10-8 rounds. That's what they scoring. They don't score excitement. So that's not even gonna matter come fight night. They gonna have to fight. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. If Pitbull was able to avoid that finishing punch, what makes y'all think Shakur's not gonna be able to avoid it? The best defensive fighter of this whole generation, the most unhittable fighter on this generation, he's not gonna be able to avoid that power punch or that knockout punch, and Pitbull did. We gotta consider that. Hold on, who gotta earn that fight? Shakur gotta earn that fight versus Tank? I hope that's not what you're saying, because Shakur. Oh, 60-40, I agree with that. 60-40, I agree with that. But Shakur don't gotta earn that fight. That don't make no sense, my guy. Shakur is already a 3-division champion, a unified champion. He beat more reigning champions than Tank. So Shakur don't gotta earn that fight. Tank people just gotta be willing to give it to him. Well, you don't gotta earn it. He's a champion. He a champion. So I believe that fight needs to get made. And Shakur already, stated that send the contract and I'ma sign it. That's why when fighters duck, people be on denial about it. I want y'all to think about this. When Lomachenko pulled out of negotiations and said, I'm not fighting Tank Davis, that meant that Tank Davis didn't have an opponent and Shakur Stevenson didn't have an opponent. Neither fighter, right? Based off of that, they could have fought each other. Tank Davis and his team said that they were going to send Shakur a contract. Yo, how Shakur waited for months and never got a contract? They never sent no offer to him. They don't want to fight him, my people. They don't want the Shakur Stevenson problems. So that's why fans got to come up with these excuses about money and all this stuff. That's how you know the excuses. Remember before Bud for Arrow? Oh, he don't sell no seats and he don't make no money. Come on, NYC Alex, you got to do better than that. Tank Davis is not going to send you a check, my boy. So stop fighting for his money and for Shakur's money. You're not going to get a check. We're not going to get a check for this. Skills for skills, Shakur got what it takes to beat Tank Davis. That's all I'm saying. All that stuff about money, come on now. You want to be Tank's manager and shit? Cornelius, remember me, I will bet you. So I don't bet on social media. I don't bet online like this. And I'm going to tell you why. Yo, from the bets I placed with Bub versus Arrow, yo, I had like 5 or 6 bets. 2 people paid up. I'm not saying that you don't pay up, But I'm just saying, I made bets and everybody disappeared when they lost. So I don't make bets no more. Now, this is what I'll do though. I make an online bet and you make an online bet. And I can show you my ticket. Like, yo, I place my bet on this fighter and you place the bet on the opponent. And when you lose that money, you could just feel like it came to me. That's all. Bro, listen. NYC Alex, you're saying you want to talk boxing, you have to talk the business side, right? The problem is that you don't know the business side, my guy. You don't know the business side, so you want to talk about it, but you don't know it, my brother. And I say it respectfully because you know I got mad love for you. You've been rocking with me. But you don't know the business of boxing. What you know about the business of boxing? What you seen on TV? What you seen on YouTube? So how do you argue about a topic that you don't even know? You never seen a boxing contract. You never been involved in boxing negotiations. Like I said, man, new boxing fans, that's social media boxing fan stuff. That we want to talk the business of boxing, but we don't even know the business of boxing. I can tell you I know the business of boxing. I tell you why. Number one, I've signed a boxing contract. My contract didn't have all those stipulations, right? Because I'm not fighting for millions of dollars, and I'm not fighting on networks, and I'm not arguing about the ring size and all that. It didn't have that. But it had the standard language that all contracts have. So I know what fighters have to agree to before they step in that ring. Before you step in that ring, you agree to, yo, if I get killed up there, my family can't take no legal action against nobody. That's clear in that contract that you sign. Like, there's a lot of stuff that you skip, that you don't really focus on like that, or your lawyer, you know. But there's little parts in that contract where they make sure you understand it. And we all have to agree to that. So what I'm telling you is there's a lot of things in the business of boxing that fans don't understand. But you argue about it, though. You'll be like, yeah, let's argue about the business, though. Come on, bro. How do we really have what it takes to argue about the business? Because we see social media videos and what they're saying on YouTube and all that stuff. A little Mike Tyson, who? Oh, you know what? I got to agree with you 100% on that. I got to agree. Tank Davis has similarities to Mike Tyson, but he's a lot more patient. If you remember Mike Tyson, he didn't lose early rounds. Mike Tyson came in the first round, he was already guns blazing, trying to, like in his prime, he was trying to take you out in the first round. So Tank Davis, he's a lot more patient. He take his time. So I think that's the most noticeable difference between Tank Davis and Mike Tyson. And that's facts. That's facts, my boy. Zay, man, that's facts. You know, if you're focusing on your finances and you're trying to, these people, the greatest, the guys that are the greatest, they got good financial advisors. They got good people handling their finances, like the best of the best. And they not worried about that. They just fighting. And the money's piling up in their bank account. But that's the thing, though. When you pick a financial advisor, you have to be very, very selective, because remember, there's a lot of people that been scammed, that literally went broke because they had their money stolen from them. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell y'all something y'all may not know about. Tito Trinidad lost over 80% of his fortune because of that. He had like some type of advisor that told him to invest some money in some shit, and they ended up losing all the money, and the guy stole a bunch of money from Tito Trinidad. So Tito Trinidad, to my understanding, he's good right now financially. He's not broke, but he don't got all the millions of dollars that he had. He literally got scammed out of his money. So, picking somebody to look after your money is not a simple process. Picking somebody that's gonna handle your business for you, that's not a simple process. Oh, come on. Nigga said Trinidad lost his money to cocaine. Come on. Yo, NYC Alex. Come on, bro. You see? Now you're disappointing me. You're saying like stuff like that. That just means that, you need to educate yourself. That's super, super ignorant. If you do a little research, you'll find out that Tito Trinidad invested millions and millions of dollars. And then some people claim some bankruptcy, some government stuff where his money was invested in. He was literally scammed out of most of his money. And you're over here talking about coke. Like, bro, you can Google that shit. Before you say something crazy like that again, Google that shit, man. Like, you see, Alex, you do that a lot, man. You talk down on people. You like to hate. Like, why would you hate? Like, Tito ever, Tito Trinidad's respected worldwide, a legend, an icon, and look, you over here talking about, oh no, he spent his money on coke. Come on, bro. Don't do that, my guy. So check it, my peoples. First off, I'm gonna remind y'all, if you didn't do it, hit that like button. Hit that like button. I'm gonna be live again at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Stay tuned, my peoples, because we coming with that fire. First of all, I want to give a shout out to NYC Alex. We disagree a lot, but you always got good points to make. So shout outs to you, NYC Alex. And I appreciate you rocking with me, man. Zay, man, appreciate you hopping on. And everybody else, my peoples. I really, because a lot of people don't know me. So when somebody's not known, people think, oh, this motherfucker don't know shit about boxing. So, you actually have to listen to what somebody's telling you and listen to the logic behind it. And maybe you can say, okay, this guy know what the hell he talking about. Let me subscribe to his punk-ass channel. But y'all already know what it is, my people. I appreciate you hopping on with me, man. It's all love. We trash talking. That's why I like to go at it with NYC Alex. He an elite level trash talker for sure. Y'all already know what it is, man. Thank you for hopping on. Box Center, your favorite boxers, favorite boxing show. I'll be back at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Hop on with me. Let's get it. Y'all already know what it is, my peoples. It's all love. Peace.